Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Michael Firth. I'm one of the founding field advisory board members of Neumi, and it's my pleasure to do this particular interview series with you. We're kicking off 2024 with the very first interview, and we are live streaming into multiple locations right now across Facebook in many different places. So with that in mind, that means people are going to be seeing this on many different continents. And what I'd love you to do when you're watching us, even if you're watching the playback, is type exactly where you are joining us from, and we may pop that up on the screen during the event. Now, if you don't know what Neumi is all about, what we're going to do here today, I have a belief that you get to the head with a fact and you get to the heart with a story. So these interviews are all about amazing experiences people have had on our breakthrough products, but potentially some of the people who are seeing this right now may not have a clue what Neumi is about at all. With that in mind, I'm going to play you a quick video to give you the facts, and then we'll come back with some stories to hit the point on how the product actually works. So let's check this out.
This was the best delivery method for music? Remember when this was the best delivery method for supplements? Every industry evolves and improves with new breakthroughs in science and technology. Here at Neumi, we've used a proprietary technology to solve an issue that's been around since nutritional supplementation began: the problem of absorption. So many of today's supplements are less effective due to their inability to be absorbed naturally by the body. Using our own proprietary HydraStat nano delivery breakthrough, we reduce the particle size of critical nutrients smaller than ever before, allowing them to absorb in your mouth while swishing for 30 seconds or more. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant. It's responsible for boosting your energy, detoxifying cells, reducing inflammation, and boosting the immune system. If glutathione is so amazing, why have you never heard of it? Because glutathione is extremely fragile, and if taken orally, it will be destroyed via the digestive process, rendering it virtually useless to the body. Until now, NutraSwish applies nanotechnology to achieve maximum absorption. Now, glutathione and other nutrients can be absorbed simply and quickly by swishing in the mouth instead of being destroyed in the stomach. Using this same nanotechnology, we've created the ultimate skincare product, Neumi Skin. We've been able to achieve unparalleled absorption for key ingredients, including collagen, hyaluronic acid, and more. Some of the top skin experts in the world work together to create the ultimate blend of skin-enhancing nanonutrients, creating the most amazing before and after results. With our nano solution, you no longer have to wait months to experience the effects of skincare and supplementation. Our customers are noticing a difference within a matter of days. Don't wait to look, feel, and live your best life. A new you starts with Neumi.
Alrighty, so that gives you a really good understanding on the science behind this product. We have solved the absorption and the bioavailability and also the cell utilization issue that most nutrition companies face across the world. And that is our uniqueness. And so whoever's sharing this video with you, would love you to find out a little bit more about that from that video. But at the same time, we're going to go through a few interviews with people as we go through today. So firstly, what I'd love to do is interview Elaine Linus. She's 63 years of age and she is from Canada. So welcome, Elaine.
Hey, Michael. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Now, Elaine, in your case, I know that you've supplemented with glutathione in the past in a different way, because I heard your name and Rick's name in another company that I was affiliated with years ago, because I've been involved in the glutathione supplementation space for about 16 years now. So tell me, what was the first experience you had when you first discovered glutathione?
Oh, my goodness. Well, it was quite a while ago. And it was capsules, which are not my favorite thing. I'm one of those people that sometimes capsules get stuck in your throat. So that was an experience. But another thing that, a lot of people were getting testimonies. And I would hear about somebody experiencing this or someone experiencing that. And I took the product faithfully. Sorry, guys, I apologize. I took the product faithfully. And I was just not feeling what I was hearing everybody else saying they were. And I did some more research. I learned about the product. I learned about glutathione. And I knew that if I took the product it was doing things for me on the inside. Even if I wasn't paying any attention or I wasn't feeling something or recognizing something, it was working on the inside because it had to be, because there was all the studies, all the stats that validated and proved it. So that became my testimony that I didn't really have an experience, but yet I was feeling different. I wasn't as sluggish, that type of thing. So as I said, that became my testimony. And that's how I shared it with people, that I was one who didn't see an instant result or feel something instantly, but yet I knew that it was working.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's interesting when it comes to glutathione, that particular ingredient, which is, by the way, guys, is just one ingredient in one of the products. Glutathione has about 180,000 studies on PubMed now showing how important it is. Now, 15 years ago, when I got involved in that space, there was maybe 60,000 studies on vitamin C and a similar amount on glutathione. Now there's 180,000 on glutathione and still a similar amount when we're talking about vitamin C. So interestingly, also that particular company, and we're not out here to throw mud, but that company had a great product, a magnificent product. I know that for many years. However, it was also double the price of this and not as effective as the results we're seeing with this, although it was still a good product in its time. So what was the first thing you noticed when you started supplementing using HydraStat?
Well, first of all, I was ecstatic at the fact that it was liquid. Right? It was not a capsule. So it was just easy to do. And it's so easy to just, whether you do it in the morning, afternoon, or the evening, just to take a couple of capsules and swish it around, right? I mean, if you use mouthwash, it's the same kind of thing, except you don't spit this out, you swallow it. And for me, one of the big things I noticed was that I started to sleep a lot better, that it was more of a deeper sleep, even though I may have a short sleep. It was deeper. And so that was one of the biggest things that I have noticed so far. There's probably a bunch of other things that it's doing. I'm sure it is, but that would be the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, right. And you mentioned to me about stress levels and being the duck
right, yes.
on the water. Tell me about that.
It's interesting. So our life over the last couple of years, it's had a lot of stressful things going on. And one of the things that, people will say to me, you're always like a duck, you're just going smooth along the top and you're obviously your feet are going like crazy underneath the water. And that's somewhat how I have tended to live my life recently. But I would say that now it's kind of more calm underneath as well. That's one of the big things that I do notice. It's not, even though there's stressful things that crop up constantly, it's kind of like I'm able to ride above it.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And so you've also been using our skin products. So ladies and gentlemen, we have, as we said in the video, we've been able to shrink the particle size down for internal nutrition. But I love what Steve Scott, our founder, says. I'm going to show you the before and after photographs of people on the outside, because nano sizing has an amazing result on the outside of the skin, which gives an indication of what's going on inside the body. You've been using that. What can you say about that product?
Over the years, I've done a lot of work with different skincare products. I've been trained highly using skincare products. And I would use a lot of different ones, all the different serums and creams and all the things. My counter in my bathroom would be full, like leaving a tiny bit of room for Rick. And then when I discovered this, and again, realizing the glutathione side of it, I thought, okay, I am not using anything else. I just want to see how this goes for me. And especially at my age, a lot of people know, I'm not saying I don't have wrinkles. If you get up real close, you'll probably find them. But this is the only thing I am using. I don't have a moisturizer, nothing. So, in the morning, it's quickly wash my face, and then it's just a quick spray. And then the same at bedtime, wash my face and a quick spray. I might use a moisturizer. I am in Canada. When it gets really bitter, then that might be something. But as of now, and from the day that our product was released, this is the only thing I have used twice a day.
Yeah, wow. Now, we've taken this very same technology. We've used it for internal glutathione, for example. We've used it for external with the skin product. Well, we were excited to announce that in Canada, USA, and Mexico, and other countries this year, but we did it last year, we launched a brand new product called Hers, which is more about all the women's health issues. Tell us, you were one of the fortunate people who are a guinea pig for us to try that. What did you notice with that?
Well, at my age, I'm kind of on this other side of the spectrum. So I've kind of gone through all the things, but I have a lot of people in my family that are experiencing a lot of things that I'm getting this into their hands. For me, though, I think one of the biggest things is, I'm going to say, is mood, because of where I'm at in the kind of life cycle of everything. But I would say mood, which has got somebody in the house here really happy about that. So I do not go a day without that product. I'll do one in the morning and one in the afternoon, or one in the evening, just to kind of split it up. But again, I love, once I learned everything that was in it and what those properties in it do, it eliminated some of the things that I was taking before, like all the different things that I had in different bottles, because it's all in one place.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. It's been a well-rounded example of the products. So guys, by the way, when you're watching this presentation, you probably noticed in the ticker at the bottom, it says win a free bottle of product. Type in "pick me please" in the chat. We're going to select a winner next week. I just want you to know that if you're on here and you are inviting your friends online, that everybody will be told to go back to the person who sent you to this live interview or playback for more information. And even if the person's not affiliated in Neumi in any way with me, I'll still be giving you a free bottle of product on your behalf. So tell all your customers to get on and check it out, and type in "pick me" when they watch the video, and that gives them a chance to get that free bottle of product each week when we do this interview. So with that in mind, like a thorn between two roses, I say that with humor, I'll now interview Keith Chazon. Now, Keith and I have known each other now, a year and a half, I'd say, maybe in the journey. He's a double diamond of the company, and he's from Louisiana, where I visited and went to Bourbon Street, for example, and he's 60 years of age. So welcome, Keith.
Thanks for having me, Michael. I can tell you, I'm super excited to be here and be able to share, with everyone. So it's great to be here for sure.
Absolutely. Hence the slogan on the wall I can see: leap and the net will appear. So, Keith, I understand you were in the property management game for quite some time, but you had an injury that left you eventually discovering our product. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I'd been working for remotely most of the time, but we'd moved to Cocoa Beach for a little while, and I was part of a team that was managing 93 short-term vacation rental properties. And one day I was carrying one of these big old Wayfair mattresses up a couple flights of stairs. They compress them, pack them real tight, and put them in these little box. And they're not too difficult to lift, but they are kind of a little bit bulky. And so I get it upstairs. I'm walking down. I go to make a left-hand turn into the condo. I go left. The weight shifts right, and it was all I could do to hold it up. And as I was holding it, as I was pulling, I felt everything rip in my neck all the way down through my shoulder to my arm. It was the most god-awful discomfort I'd ever felt in my entire life. I was into sports, football, track, baseball, basketball, and junior high and high school. And I had some injuries, but nothing ever dropped me to my knees like that did. And everything you can imagine that someone would do in that situation to relieve themselves of that type of discomfort, I did it. Lotions, potions, pills, powders, chiropractors, sports therapists. I went to all of it. Even had some friends send me these little discs. They said, put them on their little energy infused discs, and it'll make it all go away. I'm like, okay, I'm sure hoping. And I tried that, and it was 10 times as intense. And so, I just kind of relegated to the fact that I was just going to have to live with it, and it was quite uncomfortable for almost a year.
Yeah, well, it's funny, when I first came across glutathione, I did a neck injury myself, and I was going to a chiropractor because it was whiplash, fell off the back of a boat on one of those rubber tires, and couldn't feel the side of my one arm for a while, and then eventually came back, didn't have any feeling on the end of my fingertips. And I remember the chiropractor saying to me, "Now take all these anti-inflammatories." And of course, a week in, I stopped because I read the label of the glutathione supplementation talking about reduced inflammation, or and doing that. And so I started doing that. Now I remember him saying, "Hey," a few months later, "so keep taking your anti-inflammatories." I'm like, "I haven't taken those since a week before we started." He's like, "What?" So same sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, before your next point, real quick, this is going on for most of the year. This was in 2021. And so on April 17th of 2022, last year, Jamie and I are sitting down having some coffee, and a friend of ours sends us this recording. She knew my wife's heart for skincare, because, her and they kind of was in something together with skincare. And so she sends her this video, can your skincare do this? And I'm listening to the audio recording, right? And I could see Jamie's eyes doing this, getting big, and oh my gosh, and wow. And she plays a subsequent recording, and I hear three things: nano, sublingual, and glutathione. Well, Michael, when I heard that, I was immediately transported in time back to the year 2004 and 5. My mom had gotten really sick. I was doing a lot of research on the immune system, and everything I studied led me back to this crazy miracle molecule, glutathione. And when I heard that, I got up, walked to my back, got my wallet, got my debit card, and I said, what's the link? I know there's a link. It came from Missy. There's got to be a link, right? And so I get the link, and I ordered the package that gives you 7 bottles. And we were like kids at Christmas time when it came in, Michael. I can tell you, I couldn't wait. And finally it came in 3 days after Easter. It comes in, I bust the box open. I'm swishing, Jamie's swishing. We each did 2 teaspoons. Later that evening, we go to dinner. She's going to the car. I'm an overachiever. I go back and I sneak me another teaspoon. And then later that night, I did another teaspoon. You see, because I was hungry to sleep. I had not had a full night's sleep ever since this injury occurred. And I was desperate. I tried everything you could imagine, like I mentioned. And I went to bed that night, that Wednesday night, woke up Thursday morning for the first time in almost a year, almost completely discomfort free. I'd slept. I was like a Lionel Richie song. I slept all night long for the first time. And I was excited.
That is fantastic. Now, after a few months of taking the product, not only did the discomfort sort of disappear, you said you had some further benefits that you saw. What were they?
Yeah, well, one thing that because of the injury that I sustained, I wasn't able to do my body weight exercises. I wasn't able to roll around the ground with my grandkids. I got 5 of them, a couple of them are boys, and the girls like the horseplay too. They're young enough, and I couldn't do that anymore. Before the injury, I could do it. It was all the time. I was in the backyard racing, doing push-up challenges and stuff, and I couldn't do none of that for the longest time. And so as part of my job as run the property manager was I was back and forth between my phone and my laptop. My eyes would get really, really tired, and so I would swish, and it would like everything would clear up, and my clarity mentally, I was able to stay focused and run that multitasking event. And it was quite tasking because if you ever did property manager, especially when you got 93 properties on Airbnb and VRBO, on those types of platforms, it's a 24/7, 365-day job. It's intense. And then at the same time, we were spreading the word of this amazing product that we had found. So it was my job. My eyes were tasked a lot. And so it would clear it up. I'd be able to see a whole lot clearer. And my mental focus was always there. And at some point in time, I kind of got brave, Michael. I got brave to try to begin doing some body weight exercise again, because I saw a video of Bill Gillespie, the strength and conditioning coach for the Seattle Seahawks. I watched that video and I saw how he was able to transform his life at an age when things were declining. So I started to follow his protocol with this product, with the NutraSwish. And I seen his results, and I began to get more strength back and more stamina. And I was able to go longer on my push-ups and my reverse dips and all the exercises I was doing. I was able to get back on the ground, play with my grandkids and throw them on my shoulder. I was back. And I can tell you, if it wasn't for this product right here, this changed my life and truly made the rest of my life the best of my life.
That's fantastic. Now, Keith alluded to vision. Now, I just want to say our product's not designed to treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and our product does not bring back your vision, just so we're clear. That is important to say. However, glutathione in the body, if it's as it's optimal, impacts fatigue. All right. We've got a trucker study talking about reducing fatigue in drivers. And so when you're not as fatigued, your body can do a lot more better. So just so we're clear, that's what we're talking about there. Now, in addition to the health benefits, it's also giving you freedom. Just touch on that.
It has, Michael. I can tell you, I was talking about, you alluded to the time, the time allotment that the previous job I had as a property. I was actually what they call it, anyway, I had a special, crazy, weird title, but it demanded my time 24 hours a day, seven days a week. Every waking moment, I was on my phone managing something with the position. So I was desperate at a time in my life, and I was really at a point where I just, I wanted to get things straight. I was feeling better. I was more stronger. I felt stronger. Jamie tells me that you're definitely looking a lot stronger. So, at that time I was ready to take a step back and get some of my time back. And because of it, this past April 1st, 2023, we had reached a point where our income had exceeded 4 times what I was making in that previous job. So we decided to resign that and focus strictly on our team with Neumi.
Brilliant, brilliant. So there you go, getting the word out, telling people about a great product, which we do with a movie anyway. You want to go see a fantastic movie, you're going to tell the world, but can it turn into an income like that? That's fantastic. And again, we're not making income claims, guys. Everybody who works will earn according to their own efforts, and that's fantastic. And we're not really here about the business today, but I sort of allude to that. So thank you for sharing with that. That's been a great testimony. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to a different part of the world, right? So for those of you that know, Neumi is expanding. We're at about 65 different countries now. And we've got another country that is in preparation stage of opening, which is Indonesia. Having said that, what I'd love to do next is interview somebody who is actually currently in Singapore, and that is Rika. Now, Rika is 52 years of age. She's a microbiome wellness educator. That's a mouthful. As I say, she's currently in Singapore, but she's part of the team who's been helping us to get Indonesia all launched. So welcome, Rika.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for inviting me here and having me here. And Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, good point. Happy New Year. So, Rika, in your case, like Elaine, you have supplemented with glutathione from a different form in the past already, haven't you? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, actually, back in 2019, I had a health issue that went to a peak at the time because of my there's a gum and teeth problem that causes a toxin entered my body. So then I was brought to a biodentist in Singapore at the time in January, and I was introduced to a glutathione in a liposome form at a time. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, right. And so with that particular product, even though it's not our product, I'm just talking about the ingredient of glutathione. I'm curious, what was the first thing you noticed with that?
Because before, it's very hard for me, Michael, just to get up in the morning to start my day. I lost my energy, I lost my focus, and I cannot even, sometimes people talk to me, I cannot even retain the information. So it's kind of frustrating at the time. And socializing even more. I couldn't even go to like a friend because I'm very tired. I always continuously feeling very tired. So after taking that, not instantly, but in a few days and weeks after that, I can feel that it's getting easier for me just to get up. And one thing wonderful that I can start to seeing people again, like getting together with friends, catching up with them. So it's like so happy with the result of taking glutathione in my life.
Interesting. Now, I understand you also heard about glutathione a little bit later in your career before coming across Neumi. Tell us about that one as well.
Yeah, along the way, when my health is improving, I can't even go back to school. So I joined this functional course in UK, and I get to meet wonderful people in this community that teach me more about glutathione and how important molecule it's been. So completely sold out, fall in love, and I'm a glutathione lover from then on.
Okay, fantastic. Now, how did you come by Neumi?
So in 2021, as you know, I went back to school, and so I'm pursuing a more, and I'm in a community where keep on updating me with the technology. So when in June, just last year in 2023, a friend of mine and also a friend of Jonathan, who is the main person that kicking off Indonesia. So for the she introduced me to Neumi. So she asked me, do you know glutathione? Yes, of course. Do you want to join? Yes, of course. So when I was in UK, fortunately, through the link of Jonathan, I was working as a translator, working with you also, Michael, yeah, and the team to get the country ready to start.
Absolutely. And you've been a blessing. So thank you. So with that in mind, you've gone through what I would call, again, we don't throw mud at anyone else, liposomal, great product in its time, not as advanced as what we have today. And of course, way more expensive. In fact, if you go to liposomal, in our ingredients, our product is glutathione, cysteine, a building block to help produce more glutathione, as well as some of the support ingredients that help glutathione do its job better, like vitamin C, curcumin, etc. So you would need 4 liposomals to get the same ingredients to have the same benefits, not just one. So you'd be paying 3 to 4 times the price. So great products, but very expensive by comparison. So what is the first thing that you noticed when you started using the Neumi products?
So while I was translating you guys, your program with the doctors back in Indonesia, I get to know about the technology, right? Where you switch with the HydraStat nano. It's an amazing breakthrough. So when you just switch in 30 seconds, in 70 seconds, it reaches your cell. It happens to me also in an instant because I was so busy there. And the weather in London, in UK, sometimes it just rain all day. And also with the train strikes, it's just to get you somewhere, it takes you more and longer time. And I noticed I walk faster because my kids used to tell me, Ma, it reach it takes ages for you just to go somewhere. My energy goes just an instant. I don't get tired. And one thing wonderful, it's just you get to do more things, more focus, and it's amazing. I can really go back, get back my life, and seeing what Stephen K. Scott said, when you take this product, Neumi, you will save a generation. I am a true example on that. I can go back to school. I can go back to doing the things that I'm passionate of. This is not the things that I can dream of before 2019. I thought I lost my life already. And now seeing the things that with a simple way of just taking it, you just switch, and in seconds, 70 seconds, you feel already the benefit of it. It's amazing, Michael.
Well, this is a really good point, actually. There's quoting one of our medical advisory board. What's going to happen when you take our product, and what are going to happen when you boost glutathione? Well, keep in mind there's about 5 different things that can happen. Firstly, it might be energy, but it might be subtle energy. Sometimes people have to go to the gym, go for a walk, do something strenuous, and they go, wow, I've got extra petrol in the tank. Other people, it's noticeable energy. We're like, wow, I'm walking faster, I feel great. So I say that because there's no stimulants in the product, so it's important not to expect to be stimulated, if you like. Other people can then say, some discomfort in a joint that's gone away because it's reduced inflammation, glutathione, the actual ingredient. Third thing is boost immune system. Fourth one is detoxification. And I say this for a reason because I know that Rika said to me when she first took the product, she was a little sleepier than before. And I want to point out that detoxification can happen that way. People might have a sniffing nose, a headache, whatever. And once you come out the other end, though, of course, getting rid of all those toxins, they reckon there's a few hundred industrial chemicals in everyone's blood these days. Go watch the one on DuPont and Teflon. Oh, scary, right? We've all got it in our bloods right around the world, which is scary. Now, that led, though, and by the way, detoxification is rare. Some people are never detoxified. So just so we're clear, they won't have the symptoms, but other people do. So it's rare. But leading to sleep, you mentioned something about sleeping deeper than before. Tell us about that.
Yeah, because for me, the first time in July, when the benefit of being abroad and you can get the product ahead of a time, so it's amazing that what I felt was I really want to sleep. I sleep a lot, and after that, you tend to sleep a shorter time, yes, but a deeper sleep. So you know that when you take it in the morning, even though you're feeling tired, after
and we've dropped out on Rika. We just had someone probably phoned her telephone. So let me tell you what she was going to finish up with. I did say, just in case she dropped out, we'd cover that. In addition to that, she basically said that she just slept super, super deep. She also mentioned something about, and I wanted to point this out, she said, I felt like my hair was growing thicker. Now, our product will not make your hair grow back. Our product does not change the color of your hair from gray to colored. However, when glutathione is boosted in the body, of course, you know, nails can grow like they used to, hair can grow like it used to when you were younger, and all those sorts of benefits as well. So the final thing she did also have to say was about the skin product, and I'm reading it here. She said her skin got tighter, her chin seemed to disappear. People talk about the turkey necks because the collagen of the product can tighten that up as well. So great interviews today. Because she's dropped out, we'll leave it at that. But I just want to say, across the bottom of the screen, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen win a free bottle of product. Simply type "pick me please" in the chat. We're going to pick a random winner next week, and we'll put them up on the event. Next week event will be 1 hour later. I apologize. We did 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which turns out is not 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in America. So the same call in the same places, plus some other interviewees next week. And if you want to share this video with anybody, anyone who comes in and says that they would like, they type in "pick me" and they would like a free bottle of product, just know that absolutely every single person, even the winner of the product, will be referred back to whoever sent them to this video in the first place. So I hope you've enjoyed these interviews today. I love doing this call, and we'll be seeing you next week at almost exactly the same time online. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.